Sunday, June 30th, 2024 at 12:08 a.m. Eastern Standard. Externally and internally aligned. Get the mind right, which then gets the emotions right. Internal alignment, which then manifests through willpower, external alignment, and aligns all three into being in agreement with one another: mind, body, spirit. Being limitless. Nothing outside of yourself defines you. Your abundance shines from within outwardly. Heaven is here and now in your exact condition and material possessions. I feel limitless. Actually, let me go here first. Mind and body are now aligned, speaking same language and both on one accord. I now need spirit. Holy Trinity, mind, body, spirit. I feel limitless. This is what it feels like to be someone of high potentiality. Limitless potential, that is. Someone who is fully integrated. Limitless potential is living in the state of surrender with a high level of detachment. Limitless potential is living consciously, being aware with hyper focus and intent within the present moment. Limitless potential, when you no longer are held back from your past nor your future. Limitless potential is creating in the here and now for new past and future. Limitless potential is living a life of detachment through the way of unconditional love and consciously choosing to create your world that you want to live in unapologetically. Limitless potential is realizing that you are the magician and the alchemist with the universe living inside of you, and whatever you wish to manifest, you can will it into your reality. I want to repeat that. Limitless potential is realizing that you are the magician and alchemist with the universe living inside of you. And whatever you wish to manifest, you can will it in to your reality. Limitless potential is living in the highest level of peace within, prosperity, wealth, and serenity. Okay. There's a lot going on here. I'll read some of this stuff. Let's see. Your true intentions make up the energy in which you vibrate outwardly. Per your vibrations, the fairness of life gifts you with an abundance of more. You can fool people and even fool yourself, but we are spirits first, manifested. The universe is clocking your intentions and is constantly reflecting back to you the equivalent within your reality. Karmic equals soul contracts. Balancing equal and opposite. Okay, so karmic equals soul contracts, which are the lessons. Balancing equals equal and opposite. Availability, okay? Fairness equals cause and effect. What you give, you will get back. The less you listen to your intuition, less spirit energy you have to create the reality you desire. Karma, balanced fairness, okay? The only way you get the ability to create the world you want is to listen to your intuition, which is also spirit. Because by empowering your spirit, willpower grows and you come into more of an alignment with mind, body, spirit, the Holy Trinity. Holy Trinity. The mind is the air. The body is the water, which is internal. And spirit is the fire. The body and spirit. So the water, I'm sorry, guys. The mind is earth. And then the body for the Holy Trinity here. I've got graphs and things. I'll make sure that I will put the graphs down for you guys for this class here. Mind, so the Holy Trinity, the mind, body, and spirit. But I put mind, body, spirit equals reality. So the mind, I have it as the earth element. The body is the water element. And then spirit is the fire element. Equals reality, which is the earth element. Wow. All three communicating in harmony equals harvest. Karmic debt payout. Okay. So I have the air for the mind feeds the water, which is the body and intuition. And then the intuition feeds the spirit, which is the fire element. And the spirit, as we know, transmits your frequency, vibration into the earth, into your reality, which then manifests and attracts equal vibrational frequencies into your reality, which is the earth element. So KBF formula, something I came up with here. Karma, balance, fairness. The energy you embody is the energy you put out there, is the energy you attract. All right. Jeez Louise. Okay. The more you are set back in life is the amount in which you have to feed your spirit by listening to your intuition as you heal, which is profound. It is fair. I'm going to repeat this. The more that you are, the more setback in life is the amount that you have now to feed your spirit, which the more you feed your spirit, the more powerful. Okay. So and you feed your spirit by listening to your intuition as you heal. So the universe's perspective, seeing this as more blessings for you to have in your lifetime. But of course, we live them and we feel them. So for us, it's no blessing in disguise. So basically, you have a bigger capacity to unlock more fire, spirit energy from within, which means that is how massively strong your transmission will be energetically. So you vibrate higher where lower vibrations cannot enter your fields. Evil eye is like a boomerang effect for the sender, LOL. And when your mind, body, and spirit are communicating as one, you are now able to usher in your harvest, your dharma, your payout, your heaven on earth. As you heal and your intuition, as you heal your intuition, your spirit will get stronger and I'm sorry, guys, I wrote so much here. Let's see. As you heal and follow your intuition, your spirit will get stronger, expansive, and very magnetic. My spirit, as a side note, my spirit has sent me here to deliver these messages so that society does not continue to suffer under false leadership, fears, and illusions. I'm sent here to remind the human race of how magical and powerful we are. I'm here to give explanations through my perspective about the game of life, how it works, and how to play. Spirit doesn't want you to be fooled by the illusions, which oddly, the illusions are what we see and the truths are what we feel. When you tap into your spirit, you can begin to both feel and see people's true intentions. The purer your intention, the clearer your channel to spirit, and the clearer your third eye vision is when dealing with deceitful people. Beautiful spirit. Jeez, okay. The universe's language is yes. The universe's language is yes. I can't. Universe, per the energy that's transmitted out into the universe by the condition of your spirit, the universe will always say yes, and then proceed to give you evidence within your reality that validates it. It's fair because the universe doesn't judge. Instead, it gives us exactly what we signed up for on a soul level. And through our free will, we effectively attract what we give and believe to be true. So if you say, I am a millionaire, the universe says, yes, you are then. Your world will start to reflect to you that you are, and you will begin to see the pathways laid out for you to go down so that it takes you there and remains your reality. We have free will. I do believe that it's all calculated, this game of life and death. However, we are given free will in the sense that we were given choices. It's not just one path that we go down and it's decided. No, there are so many paths in one lifetime that we have the free will to use and pick and choose which paths, timelines, and worlds we want to go down. And we can shift at any time. I have a bunch of side notes here. I do want to try to read them here. We have seemed to forgotten our purpose here as a human race. It's not to suffer until you die unless that's what your soul signed up for. Dark humor. Very dark humor, girl. dark humor, or your free will landed you to. Okay, yeah, that's shadow self. That's the light side of shadow self. My God. But no, we are supposed to be challenged and overcome them so that we may feel as powerful as we truly are. We create the worlds that we live in. You are not your circumstances. You are a spirit incarnated with the entire universes living inside of you. You are not meant to be stuck. You are meant to overcome. And with that, your spirit energy gets stronger to whereas you manifest in your reality quicker and you can actively create your heaven on earth, living third dimensionally within the devil's playground is all about illusions, fear, and keeping you from growing. But it serves a great purpose. This is the realm, underworld, that you must get through by alchemization into bringing your heaven by way of alchemization, into bringing your heaven onto earth. Beautiful. This is how Spirit described free will to me. Sure, everything has already played itself out in the multitude of possible ways that it could with literally every moment we make. That's how Spirit is able to know how to guide us, because with every single micro moment we choose to make free will, it's already decided upon what the end result will be. I'll repeat. That's how Spirit is able to know how to guide us, because with every single micro movement we choose to make free will, it's already decided upon what the end result will be. So they are here to not only help us through the lessons our soul has signed up to incarnate with, but the goal is to fulfill these soul contracts and to get us to our harvest. Side note, Spirit says we have the free will to connect with the spirit realm or not. That is what's meant by free will. Oh, Spirit says we have the free will to connect with the spirit realm or not. That is what's meant by free will. The freedom to will in the world and life you desire to have by connecting with the spirit realm. And again, the universe is non-biased. Everything just is and has its divine purpose. You have free will to tap into whatever energy you like. Bad or good doesn't exist. What does exist is the KBF formula, my formula. Karma, balancing, fairness. You get back what you give. This is another reason why no one is wrong or right. This is why no one is wrong with what they believe to be true. There is no such thing as wrong. Whatever energy you decide to partake in is the energy being transmitted outwardly into the universe so that the universe, into the universe, so that the, sorry, my writing. I'll just go here. The universe wants you to be abundant with whatever desires you want. Be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. Reigns true. So what it's saying is there is no right or no wrong. There is no bad or no good. The universe, God, is abundant, and that free will is a thing. You are free to do whatever you want. It's just there always is going to be a balance, meaning whatever your intentions are, you're vibrating at that level. Your spirit is sending a transmission, transmitting your energy frequency into the universe, so the universe attracts to you exactly what you are. And that is the fairness. It's the universe wanting to give to you what you truly believe that you are, or what you truly want to have. So that is how you're able to create the world that you want. If you believe that you are this, ice skater, and you've never ice skated in your life, but if you believe that, all you have to do is just continue to believe that and start making the actions, putting in actions to make that your reality. It's okay to believe that. There goes that believe versus trust thing. Believe it first. Believe it. Once you believe that, and that's what you feel in your heart, no matter what it looks like. You could be 500 pounds and you're like, I believe that I am an ice skater. You are an ice skater. That is why. And then you need to start putting in trust now. Trust means allowing your spiritual team to show you the pathways that it now wants you to go down in order to make that a reality. And that takes a lot of sacrifice. You got to sacrifice a lot of different things. That takes surrendering. But when you do that, as I have, and you just continue down the paths that they are telling you and continue to surrender, your dream will be in your reality before you know it. So there is no wrong. There is no right. There is no good. There is no bad. It just what is. It has to exist. Everything must exist, because guess what? Whether we want to believe it or not, everything is a level up for somebody, just like everything is a level down for somebody. It has to exist. So there is no wrong or right. The universe is a yes. The language of the universe is a yes. Whatever you feel, whatever you want, yes. So if you say, I feel bad, I can't, the universe is like, yes, you can. Like, you have to be careful what you wish for, because you just might get it. Moving forward. The universe does not judge. It's non-biased to any and everything. We as humans believe, oh, if I do this, then I am good. If I do that, then I am bad. If I wear this, I'll be seen as this. If I have this title, I'll be looked at as this. And because of these things, it makes it reality. Sure, but for us humans, it does not. Excuse me. And because we believe these things, it makes it reality. Sure, but for us humans, it does not. Energy is the judge, or balancing scale here. Energy, in other words, true intentions. Your true intentions are being calculated at all times. Spirit knows your true intentions, even when you may not even know your own. Most people live unconsciously but also neuroscience says that we are only using 5 to 10% of our brain conscious awareness, and 90 to 95% is all subconscious. We do things without even knowing why. Spirit is here to connect us with our subconscious, to help us and bring us back to conscious awareness, aka take us from living out of past trauma and memories, or from living in thoughts of the future, to living in the here and now present moment. The only way we can create the world we want to live in is by listening to Spirit, allowing Spirit to be the guiding light out of our darkness or karmic lessons we've signed up for, and into complete alignment to our harvest. While we are still alive and are able to, that is. The point is soul progression, ascension, and expansion, to embody more of God, to embody more of God, which allows the soul to be manifested in more ways than the human brain could even try wrapping its head around. The more magical as a human being, anyway, you will be when you incarnate, because you have fulfilled many, many soul contracts and have attributed to the evolution and experience of it all. Because we are all manifestations of pieces of God's consciousness, it allows us to be energy manifested, experiencing itself as a physicality. Energy holds the wisdom that we obtain through our incarnations. I'll repeat that. Energy holds the wisdom that we obtain through our incarnations. And energy never dies. It just reforms and transforms and transfers. We are energy, and we have the ability as a spirit living in a physical body to tap into our subconscious mind and access these memories. That's what I have done without realizing it. Through meditation, through withdrawing my energy, through energy cleansing, and of course, through empowering my spirit, aka listening to my intuition. Spirit helped me see all that I need through my self-healing journey so that I can get the revelations needed to raise my vibration that is now aligned with my harvest, that is now in alignment with my harvest. What I mean by that is there's no way I can see what's not there. I had to listen to my heart space and gut feeling, solar plexus chakra, and feel my way out of the trauma. I had to do this while seeing something completely different and in opposition to what I was intuitively nudged to do, or truths that spirit brought to my conscious awareness, which is the difficult part and why this is the less path traveled, because it is believing in the unseen, unknown against all that you see that's there as a test to strengthen your spirit, which strengthens your spirit's transmission of energy out into the world, pulling and magnetizing the equivalent frequencies into your vortex. This also strengthens your intuition and heightens all of our human senses as well. With this, you get more and more sensitive to energies, which means you will begin to lose appetite towards people, places, and things naturally, because your energy vibration is rising and expanding. You are slowly leaving the third dimension, moving into the fourth, and finally ending up where I am, which is living in the fifth dimensional level of consciousness. This is internal and external alignment, where now whatever my heart desires, you can now have it with ease And you can have an abundance of it too. Heaven on earth is here. The fourth dimension is where I lost all sense of time and where I can control time. And it's also where a huge part of my ego died, and I had my first moment of not knowing who I was any longer. I literally could not recognize who I was because I lost touch with me, who was drowning in sorrow, fear, grief, anxiety, anxiousness, trauma, victim mentality, lack mentality. I started listening to my intuition, and as it's guiding me to activities and my thoughts that helped me heal, I began to start seeing my self-worth and built self-esteem. This is who I dreamed of being, but didn't take into account that I'd be stepping away from the only identity I've ever known. So to have so much of your ego healed is to really shed the old identity along with any of its attachments. Everything that isn't genuine or growing or forgiving or for your highest good or adding value to your life will naturally fall to the wayside. This is because you no longer vibrate at the same level as that person, place, or thing. And by universal law, aka the KBF law, what goes out will return to you. Whatever you think and feel and believe is a big fat yes from the universe. You will naturally begin to repel energies that are not of the same vibration and attract the energies that are. It is the path less traveled, but it is also the most rewarding path. Just think, all of the hardships that you've been through, the equal and opposite path to all of that has happened to you, is also available. I'll repeat that. Just think, all of the hardship that you've been through, there is an equal and opposite path to all of that has happened to you that is available right now. Let me just read it as it says it. I'm sorry. Just think, all of the hardship that you've been through, the equal and opposite path to all that has happened to you is also available. Okay. All you have to do is let spirit show you the way. Flow with the universe, not against it. Follow your intuition into healing the necessary to bring you into peace. Any amount of peace is good, but there's nothing like completely liberating yourself, and what awaits you is the equal and opposite of all of your hardships that you've endured. Magic. I have completed the shadow work needed to take me out of my past and out of my future and into the present moment. Everything for me happens now, not later. And the past is in the past. I no longer dwell on the past. I use the past to see what I need to change now. And I use the future to see what I need to do now in order to make it my reality. Unconditional love is the key to healing the shadow self energy, aka the ego. Without unconditional love, you will not be able to have the strength to last. You have to be willing to love yourself through the truths that come to you and the personal setbacks. Love is the only way to transmute those fears and trauma-based beliefs back into love and into golden wisdom. the definition of alchemy. The transmutation of base motives into into golden wisdom. Something like that. Look it up. But it basically is, it is, let's see. Love is the only way to transmute those fears and trauma-based beliefs back into love and into golden wisdom. It's not worded in that exact way, the definition of alchemy, but this is my definition of alchemy. It's the same definition, just worded differently. That's the thing. You become so freaking wise, like very wise, through connecting with your shadow self energy. This shadow self energy is there to trigger so that we have an opportunity to receive the equal and opposite of that trigger. It's a piece of peace that's unlocked every step of the way. And that really is the motivation to get listening to your intuition, despite how senseless it may sound. The mind naturally wants to make sense of things, but the heart just knows, or that gut feeling just knows. It's your spirit communicating to you the energies that you cannot see. When you get in tune with your spirit, you are protected. Spirit will protect you from harmful and potentially deadly situations. You are meant to get these feelings and still, with our free will, choose to do otherwise. What that is invitations from the spirit realm to let you know that you are being watched. You do have a team, and anytime you can call on them for your protection by simply being mindful that they can send you messages in all forms, and most importantly, communication through your intuition. Paths open up as we dream and imagine what would bring us joy. The more our hearts are open and blockage free, the more we get clarity on what actually would fulfill our heart's desires. For each path we have access to in our lifetime incarnated, Spirit is there to help us along the way, and it's much quicker when you've listened to your intuition. It is magical and astonishing how much wisdom and consciously aware and healed I come into by listening to my spirit, to spirit. You can clearly witness my mindset when I first started my healing journey you can clearly witness my mindset when I first started my journaling in August 2021 up until now. I have gained this wisdom and this peace in just 2.5 years, going from a drug addict, severe depression, bad health, and deep wounded trauma with no sense of self-worth or esteem, to someone who is literally the equal and opposite to that. Powerful. I am so abundant because I am fully aware that I am limitless with limitless potential. That's it. Not because of what I have. I'm going to repeat that. I am so abundant because I am fully aware. I have realized that I am limitless with limitless potential. So the path to healing my shadow self has led me to my gifts, abilities, and talents being unlocked. But it has also led me to self-actualization and self-realization. The internal alignment portion of healing my shadow self involved taking me out of the past, unable to create the world I want or manifest peace. And this second portion was getting me out of the dreaming Let me actually repeat that. The internal alignment portion of healing my shadow self involved taking me out of the past, unable to create the world I want or manifest peace, which is having anxiety. You have anxiety when you are living through your past, okay? And this second portion was getting me out of the dreaming, the fantasizing, and imagining my future, which is anxiousness. When you feel anxious, that's because you are living and creating through the future and not from the present moment. Okay. Both times I was brought back here to the center. No thoughts coming in from the past and no thoughts coming in from future aspirations. I have surrendered completely. No controlling outcomes anymore. I am in the present moment now, which is the only place you can create the world you want to live in. I could not create or manifest peace with past or future thoughts. Now I am aligned with both mind and body. Spirit is now asking me to come into union. It's like making it here to my north node after taking off from my south node. Spirit is telling me that's astrology. North node, south node. Go ahead and look it up, please. I encourage you to look up what your south node is. That's where you're coming from. Those are also gifts and talents that you have accrued that you've gotten from past time. And your north node is you reaching the new lessons, like you being able to, have these gifts and talents for future incarnations moving forward. Spirit is telling me that I do have mind, body, and spirit all connected and in harmony to manifest the world I desire to have. I mean, internally, I am at so much peace. I have my 1-bedroom apartment, 800 plus square feet, since March 14th of 2024, after leaving the homeless shelter from being there 10 weeks. My job is literally a 3 to 5 minute walk. My job, Servco North America, shout out to them. I love them. My job, Servco North America, is directly across the street from where I live. I am doing great at that job. I make enough money to pay my bills and much, much more. My daughter's father decided to keep Leilani, my daughter, for another year after I asked him about a month ago. So I have the space, time to continue my spiritual enlightenment journey with spirit. Life is beautiful. So my inner world has most definitely started projecting itself into my immediate physical reality. It's so magical how everything is unfolding. I am now going to get this body together, okay? I have so many scars from the anxiety I had, and I'm a bit overweight. I'm 5'7.5". And when I started this healing journey, I weighed 140 pounds. I now weigh around 280 pounds. Don't get it twisted. I am still delicious. But my health is my main focus. Then my passion project, so that I may begin to actualize generational wealth for my family. So I am extremely grateful to God. I asked for help. I told him exactly what I wanted: to live in the highest level of peace within, prosperity, wealth, and serenity, and to also become the highest version of myself that can be offered to me in this lifetime. And I am literally witnessing this unfoldment with my own 2 eyes right before me. I mean, truly divine magic. And me being chosen to bear this knowledge and wisdom, me tasked by my soul, Starlight, to be here, go through what I've gone through, be able to articulate this journey into a way that others will be able to understand it. I mean, using me, allowing me to be the one to produce a new way of living to people and have the intelligence and the gift of communication to relay these divine messages. I am just blown away. I am so comfortable and confident in what I know and how I want to move forward in life. I know who I am, what I am, and who I want to spend it with. Spirit is requesting an even deeper connection and union. I say yes, Spirit, I will marry you until death do us part. And since energy never dies, it just transforms. This means it's us for all eternity to infinity and beyond. I love you, spiritual team, all of you. Now let's have fun doing all of the things that I never got to do as a child and otherwise. Yes. All right. There are some more messages that I want to say. This is a continuation here, and I don't know where this started, but it's a continuation. I'm just going to dive straight in. All right, students, let's see what I've got for you here. If you want to know if you are an evolved soul, you know if you are an evolved soul by the weight of your capacity to love. More evolved souls have a very expansive heart spaces. Usually they are uberly sensitive and able to forgive a lot quicker than others. And this is because these souls carry more territory of the God's consciousness. And these people carry more innocence, purity, and unconditional love naturally. These are the souls that already have been through the lessons of the underworld, aka the third dimension here. Most of these people have already lived and done dark things, okay? They understand suffering, darkness, etc. And they've spent their lifetimes incarnated overcoming these same lessons that those who find it harder to forgive are currently cycling in and out of. We are here to show just how powerful you are when you love unconditionally. Love is the key. We are the souls that had faced all of the darkness through many incarnations and have chosen love that many times through our incarnations, that our soul now can incarnate and have endured way more pain and suffering than the average and still love through it all. The reason why these souls have to go through so much pain is because their capacity to love is massive. So it takes more suffering for these souls to reach their breaking point, which is their spiritually awakening. But again, fair. Yes, I have the capacity to love beyond what this world can even imagine. So yes, I have to endure more because I can handle more in order to make it through the underworld, the third dimension, into my heaven on earth. As a result, hold on. I can handle more in order to make ushering in through the underworld. I'm sorry, I'm just going to skip over that. I'm not really seeing how I wrote that. I can handle more in order to make it through the underworld, third dimension, as a result into ushering in my heaven on earth. Okay. Maybe this is as a result. As a result, through my journey, I now have a larger amount of energy that I have to feed my spirit or empower my spirit with. I have so much to overcome. And with all of that alchemization, I have poured into empowering my spirit. And this is all done by listening to my intuition. My spirit is able to transmit out or transmit at a much grander capacity than someone who hasn't had to overcome or alchemize as much as I have. After alchemizing the past and the future through pouring unconditional love onto your shadow self, this is when you, as the magician you are able to manifest whatever you want within your intentions. My wand is so very powerful, aka my level of intention is very magnetic, charged with spirit. And wherever I point my wand of intention, it will manifest. This is because my mind, body, and spirit has aligned, the Holy Trinity. This is the game of life and what it's all about from the human perspective. Spirit, we are spirit as the energy of God, being able to manifest itself into multidimensional realities, being little mini gods and goddesses who create through their spirit, along with consciousnesses of energy from the unseen worlds, which is the reality. Spirit and the spirit realms are the reality, which is not seen in, let me start that again. Okay. We are spirit as the energy of God, being able to manifest itself into multidimensional realities, being little mini gods and goddesses who create through their spirit, along with consciousnesses of energies from the unseen worlds, which is the reality. Spirit and the spirit realms are the reality. What is not seen is the reality. What we see is a projection from our inner world of the universe within us, projected outwardly. What we see with our eyes is an illusion, as us humans are the master illusionists. We are magicians creating worlds from our thoughts and imaginations. Everything that has ever been created was imagined first, then felt, then inspired to create, then manifested in this reality. I want to repeat that. Everything that has been created was imagined first. That's air element. Then felt, that's the water element. Then inspired, that's the fire element. Then manifested into this reality, that is the earth element. And it goes in that order. What you think is what you feel. What you feel is what your determination and willpower will rely on, your decision making, and your decisions will be the reality that is manifested in your world. Okay. In other words, it started, I explain it right here. In other words, it started within the air element, which then pours into the water element, which then pours into the fire element, and then manifests or is projected outwardly into the earth element, aka into our 3D reality. Change your thoughts. Okay, here we go. Change your mind, which changes your emotions, which changes what you feel, which then changes your confidence level, changes your determination, and ultimately changes the world you live in. That is the fucking T. Change your mind, changes your emotions. Let me start again. Change your thoughts, change your mind, which changes your emotions, changes what you feel, changes then. Sorry, guys. I'll do it again. I'm fired up. Okay. Change your thoughts, change your mind, which changes your emotions, changes what you feel, which then changes your confidence level, changes your determination, and ultimately changes the world you live in. What illusions of reality will you create? I love that. Will you continue to be the victim of living in someone else's reality, or will you believe in yourself as the magician that you are and begin to create your own illusions, aka the world you want to live in? Will you become the illusionist of your life, or will you remain delusional and limited to fear-based truths? Either way, just remember this. The universe will always tell you, yes. Whatever you want, it is a yes. Because you are the universe manifested in a meat suit. You are God manifested in a meat suit. God loves all parts of itself, the good, the bad, the ugly, and wouldn't dare love one part of itself more than other parts of itself. God loves all of itself and will give itself an abundance of whatever it wants. So dream and dream big. Whatever you want, you can accomplish it by simply believing it. As you believe and imagine, watch the magical universe conspire to deliver you the messages, signs, and synchronicities that will align you with that dream. God and spirit, we are all one if you haven't caught on yet, has proven to me all of what I perceive to be true. And because I chose to live a life of unconditional love, this is the world that is reflected back to me. Choose love. Love does not judge. Love is unbiased. It is simply truth. It understands that everything and everyone is divine, no matter what, and that no one is more important or more relevant than the next. As mentioned before, we are all pieces of God consciousness manifested outwardly, and God does not love or dislike one part of itself more than another. All are equally as important and plays a very vital part of the all that is God. Unconditional love is truth, is one love. The bigger your capacity to love, the more truth you will embody, the more unbiased and judgmental that you are. People who live more within their ego see certain truths as egotistical instead of what it is without opinion, which is what it is. The ego needs to thrive off of comparison as something or someone being better or worse, good or bad. That's not the way the spirit realm sees it. The truth is just saying what it is, absent of any opinion or judgment. For example, I am a high-ranking archangel and an ascended master living in Christ's consciousness, and my soul originates from the angelic realms. My ancestors are all angels. I have hierarchy within this third dimensional realm because of my soul's evolution. Does this mean that I am more important than others or even objects? Absolutely not. I am no more or less important than this pen that I am using to write with right now. Comparison exists so that we may see others as clearly as possible and make adjustments as we see fit through our free will. I'll change that word comparison. I've evolved and it's actually reference. You use it as a reference, not even comparison, but you can say comparison because again, it is what it is. If I were living more through my ego, what I just said would be considered boasting, when in reality, it's just truth, LOL. Hierarchy is necessary so that there's always guidance. You can become so humble when opening your heart space through shadow work. But I will always remember my mantra, unconditional love unto myself first, then unto others. Which means if I am gifted in ways others are not, I am not going to dim my light so that they may feel better or adequate in my presence. Just because I look exceptionally delicious compared to the people around me doesn't mean that I need to dim it down. Just because I am seemingly great at everything I do and anything I touch compared to what I see in my world doesn't mean that I need to feel pity or ashamed or weird or undeserving. It means truth. It means fairness. There's a side note. It means I have to put in the energetic work, shadow work, necessary to earn my shine. I've earned this drip. These are my soul gifts that I have accrued. Okay? It means unconditional love. And when I try manipulating energies to lower themselves so that I may feel better, that's when the magician is not using their godly powers with pure intentions. And we have free will. You're God incarnated. You can do bad or you can do some low vibrational shit or you can do high vibrational shit. It's whatever you want. Okay? God loves you any way you want to do it. It's just there's always going to be the KBF, okay, law. You're always going to get exactly what you deserve. So be careful what you wish for. Be careful with your intentions. But no worries. It's fair because, again, our intentions are being calculated and we are constantly manifesting the energy we cultivate. What you give out, you get. There's no judgment, just truth, just love. I let people get the first laugh for 35 years of my life while I sat back and loved them anyway, just so that I may now have the longest, most agonizing, most uncomfortable for those who laughed at my expense, the most liberating, drawn out, on display, last laugh of them all. Ha! I am in my power, God damn it, and I am in love, which means I am my true expression and carry Archangel Michael's sword of truth and justice with me. I speak truth and of higher perspective wisdom. I am my truth and walk and talk in my truth. Whatever my heart desires, whatever my intuition tells me, my spirit wants, vetted through unconditional love, of course, I will give it to myself. Anything I want to wear, I will. How I want to express myself, I will. And when I get out of line, because as a human being, I am perfectly imperfect, I will alchemize and transmute that negative energy shown to me from shadow self into pure love and golden wisdom, baby. Okay?